everyone. Welcome. It's your host, Shayna Stone, with Ladies in Film and Television, and I'm so excited, as always, to be here with you tonight. We have another night of fantastic interviews with the cast and crew of Sea Blues. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get right to it. We have a dynamic lineup tonight. I am so excited to interview all of our guests this evening. And first, I want to welcome Colby Lewis, and that's Mr. Lou, to you tonight to the show. Hi, Colby.
Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm so excited to see you this evening. I just wanted to say thank you so much.
No,
for taking the time
thank you
out.
for being able to do this and being on board with Sea Blues. I'm so excited to be a part of it.
I'm so excited too. We're both equally excited. I have your bio here in front of me just really quick. Looks like you are born and raised in Dallas. Is that right?
Triple D all day.
All right. The other D. Born and raised in Dallas. I'm from Detroit, but I live in Dallas.
Okay.
So, it's the other D.
Yeah. I think we're about the same.
Fair. So I'm just so excited. We're going to get right into it. So you have a role in Sea Blues. Can you tell us your character's name and a little bit about your role?
Yes. I play the role of Tristan. Tristan is the son of Patricia and Patricia and my father Matthew go through a lot. And so I'm just the one that's like, can we all just get along? Just the one seeing everything and everybody getting hurt. I almost messed with my sister, so Tristan is a very vital part in it, I believe, because he's seen it all. And he just wants everybody to just come together and love on each other.
Yeah, I noticed that about your character, and it reminds me of me, right? So I'm the middle child, and I'm like the peacekeeper. How much of your personality, or where did you draw from for Tristan's character? Did you see some of your personality traits, and did you incorporate some of your personality traits into Tristan's character?
Well, I definitely kind of incorporated a little bit. Tristan, in my opinion, is a lot younger than I am. He's in college. I'm 33, so I had to actually go into my younger self and put myself in the shoes as if I was in a situation with my parents. And I did take a little bit of myself, because with my family, you can ask anybody in my family, I'm the one that texts everybody and want to bring everybody together, whether it's through TikToks, whether it's through Zoom meetings, whether it's through different engagements. I'm the one that's like, I need to love on my family. I need to love on people. I just want everybody to love on each other. So definitely that was incorporated in the character of Tristan.
Yeah, I can sense that there was a once again, for you and your character, like you just wanted everybody to get along. Very relatable role. Like, I'm the peacekeeper. I'm just trying to keep the peace. Y'all gotta chill. So I get that. So you're in season 1. Can we expect to see you back for season 2?
Yes, ma'am. You would definitely be expecting Tristan back for season 2.
That's exciting. So, what was it like for you, filming from home? That's been the norm since the pandemic. Everybody has been doing it. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience filming an entire web series virtually from home?
Definitely. To start off with, I haven't acted in a while. I seen the auditions and something in my spirit was like, just try it out. You can ask the director. When they was like, okay, you're about to do your audition in such time, I emailed back like, no, ma'am, I don't think I can do it. I'm nervous. I haven't practiced and all of this. And she was like, no, just come on. And then boom, I got the role of Tristan. So then being able to utilize technology and being able to do it at home, it was very kind of difficult because you don't have that interaction with the person that you're interacting with that you'll naturally interact with. I had to get my niece and nephew sometimes act like you this person so I can try to practice my lines. So I had everybody, practicing with me, being Matthew, being Patricia, being everybody on the cast. But it definitely taught me a lot about tenacity. Like, if I don't get it right, try again, keep going. Because there was definitely some times where I was like, "Ooh, I bombed this." But coming back on season 2, I hope that I grew somewhat, and I hope it shows.
Yeah, I like how you made it a family affair. You mentioned you had other people participate.
Yes.
Usually us as actors, anyone that works in a creative, our family very rarely gets to see the process. They get to see the end
Yes.
result, as far as the film that we do, but they really get to get hands-on experience, because you're working from home and you're filming from home. So they're
Yes, ma'am.
able to see that. I'm sure that was exciting for your family.
It definitely was, which actually kind of motivated my nephews. They start auditioning after that. My nephew's like, I can do this. And he actually went on his first audition and trying to get into acting and explore a little bit more in that field, which I'm grateful I can be such an inspiration to him in a positive way.
Well, you're inspiring people across the board. So I'm taking a look. Not only are you an actor, you're an educator. You teach mathematics. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I am a mathematics teacher, 5th grade.
Wonderful, wonderful. That is absolutely amazing. So actor and educator, I do believe that is a pretty cool combination, and to be able to
Yes, I
still.
try to incorporate the acting within
Mhm.
my education because I've been in some teacher classes that was boring. So I try to make sure that I lighten up and I utilize my passion of acting to teach the students and to draw them into math because a lot of people dislike math. So I try to make it more fun for them.
That's amazing, and that is true. And I can see how exciting it is to be able to serve our future leaders, by teaching them the mathematics that they need, but they get to have some fun with it. That
Yes,
is
ma'am.
absolutely amazing. If I
Yes.
could go back to math and I have someone like you as my math teacher, I probably would have did a lot better.
You know what? I would have tried to make sure you got there too. That's my
Thank
goal. Them
you.
coming in, learning something, leaving out knowing something.
Yeah. So, we talked about filming from home virtually. I think the what I get from it, what you like the most is that you were able to engage and incorporate your family into some aspects of it. And I'm assuming, what the least thing you liked about it, I guess, was not being around your castmates. Did you want to elaborate on that? What was the least favorite thing about, filming from home?
That definitely was one of them. Not being able to be around the castmates because I when I got on the call with the cast and realized how great they were, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta step my game up. I'm taking notes from everybody. They are such a wonderful cast, and for them to be able to do it and not have that interaction is like amazing. So that is definitely the hardest part. I just can't wait to meet everybody and interact and be able to network and feel their energy. I know I felt it through the cameras, but to be able to personally feel it, I'm so excited for that.
I'm excited too because I can also sense and feel that there was an organic chemistry between the cast and crew, despite the fact you were all filming in separate sets
Yes.
and separate locations. So I'm equally excited to see what magic is going to be created once you guys are in the same location.
Yes,
So I
man.
totally agree with you there. So, we talked about your character Tristan and how he's the peacekeeper, kind of the mediator of the family. Other than your character, can you tell us who your favorite character is and why?
Ooh. Um, I would have to say my favorite character have to be Miss Hattie, and and Miss Hattie, when Miss Hattie, she tells it like a TIE is, ITE, and I love that. She definitely reminds me of my big mama. And so every time I see Miss Hattie, before she even talk, I just laugh, because I know it's gonna be something funny that comes out of her mouth. But I honestly, that was a very hard question because everybody I really enjoy every castmate, and I think they bring something great to the show. Honestly.
Absolutely. And I think that's probably been one of the most difficult questions for everyone to answer since I've been interviewing, because there's so much talent, so
Yes.
much diversity. How can you choose just one?
Right. I started thinking, my brain started like, oh Lord.
Exactly, exactly. So, without giving it away, we've been talking about, as we lead into the premiere for season 2, what do you think the audience is going to take away? Now, without giving it away, is there an underlying theme? Is there a heartbeat to, season 2 that you think that the audience will pick up on, whether it's unity, love, kindness, be more patient? What do you think the audience is going to take away from that season?
I think the audience is they're gonna feel all the emotions that they could feel. They're gonna laugh, they're gonna cry, they're gonna be mad, they're gonna be happy. I think they're gonna be able to go through an emotional roller coaster through season 2, and be able to just really understand that life happens and everybody goes through different things. It's just how you get through them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big lesson that season 2 will definitely teach people.
Yeah. So, can you tell us more about yourself and what you have going on? So, this is just amazing to me that you're able to still pursue your dreams and still lead and teach, our future. So, what's
Yes.
next for Colby?
Ooh, what's next for Kobe? Well, I do have some exciting news. Friday, I'll be doing a series of interview with Miss Clueless on Instagram, where I will be on a panel with other African American male teachers talking about the crisis that's going on within education right now, which I feel like is a big crisis, and especially, to our diversity students. And I really pride myself on teaching to our diversity students. So I'm so excited to be a part of that, and to be able to engage individuals in that. And also, in July, I will be saying goodbye to Dallas, and I will be moving to Atlanta. A big step for me, because I've never known anywhere but Dallas. So I'm stepping out on faith. I had a little talk with Jesus, told him out about my troubles, and he told me to go for it. And I'm listening to God, and I'm going to step out on faith.
Yes, well, that's
Yeah.
exciting. And I definitely, wish you the best in all of your future endeavors.
Thank you
And,
so much.
when it comes to education, I was thinking as you were speaking and you mentioned, being African American teacher, growing up when I was younger, I'm not going to give my age, we had, Black male teachers, but I noticed that declined. Do you know
Mhm.
offhand the statistics on how many, give or take, African American male teachers we have in the industry? Is it declining? Is it getting better?
Um,
What do you know
I,
about that statistic?
I definitely know there is a high demand for African American teachers. There's not many African American teachers. If they are, they're the coaches. They're not. I mean, the coaches are very valuable to
Mm-hmm.
our students, but not content teachers. So I do feel like there's a decline in the in males being in education, and I feel like that's just simply because um, men, just seeing our youth, we're not seeing enough African American guys looking up to male teachers. They look up to football players, to rappers, to things of that nature. So, but we have to understand, when they go in the classroom, the first people they see are those teachers. And so, that's why I do what I do. It's not, I don't care if they, the biggest football player or the actor. I want to instill in them and show them that there is somebody that went through what they went through, was probably sitting in the same seats, that can come out of whatever situation and still come out in a positive light.
To our future. And thank you for allowing me to interview you today.
Thank
Be
you for
sure
interviewing
you're
me.
welcome. Be sure to follow Colby Lewis on Instagram at by popular demand 06 on
Yes.
Instagram. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Bye.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Colby Lewis, and that's Mr. Lou to you. What an amazing interview. Just absolutely dynamic. Coming up next, we have an amazing powerhouse, quadruple threat, if I am saying it correctly, singer, dancer, actor, songwriter. Jade Massentoff is here with us today. Hi, Jade.
Hi.
I'm back at you. I'm so excited.
Can y'all hear me pretty well?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me okay?
I can. I was just making sure.
All right. So before we get started, my number one question is, where are you in the world? So I'm here in Dallas, Texas. Where are you?
I am in Fort Worth, Texas.
So we're neighbors. I'm waving.
Hi, neighbor.
That's so exciting. So you're in Fort Worth, Texas. So we're here today. We're talking about Sea Blues. Can you tell us your character's name, a little bit about your role? I'm just excited to be with you today.
Yeah. So my character, her name is Justice, and she's a bit of a she's a bit of a bitch, but that's just because she's been through a lot. She's had a lot of traumatic experiences in her life, and she's a bit bitter. She's the daughter of Tanya, and she's just this young, hot-headed young girl who's just so angry. You know what I mean? But she's talented. She's hardworking. She's ambitious. But she's just so upset and angry. So she has a lot to she has a lot of growing up to do, for sure. She plays a very significant role because she is part of the, don't want to give too much away, but she's part of a significant twist in the story. So yeah, she's a lot.
To be very dynamic, very passionate, and a lot of energy went into that, to her character. I was really blown away by your performance as Justice. Lots of energy, lots of passion in that role. I always ask, in the interviews, as far as drawing inspiration. She kind of reminded me of my baby sister. I'm not trying to call her that name, but she just has this fire. It's that little extra sauce. She a little spicy. So do you draw inspiration, for your characters like Justice from other people? Did you see parts of you, in the character? What was your inspiration behind developing that character?
I definitely seen myself in Justice. So I think that's probably why it was so, I guess, easy for me to be dynamic, to be her, because I felt where she was coming from. At one point, I was Justice. So I'm not gonna lie, it was a little hard to bring that part of me back out. But I knew I needed to do that in order to really take on the role. I definitely feel where she's coming from the trauma and the pain that she's felt from her mom. And I think I just embraced all of that and was able to bring that out. Normally I'm happy. I like to smile a lot and everything like that. So it was a bit of a, 360 for me, because I'm not that person anymore. But I was able to bring some of that out because I used to be that. Now, I wasn't as disrespectful. I ain't never called my mama out of her name or anything. But I felt that, I felt that, like, man, a lot of what she was saying, how she was feeling, it was the way I felt at one point. So I kind of draw it from myself.
So we can be our own inspiration. So, we've been talking about the pandemic and we've been talking about filming. So everything was filmed at home, virtually. Can you just kind of give us a little insight on how that process for you? Can you tell us some of the good experiences of filming virtually and then some of the downsides of that?
Yeah. So for me personally, I kind of liked it because I'm naturally a shy person. and acting around others makes me kind of nervous. So when I had the opportunity to act with nobody around, I really took that and ran with it. For me, it was truly a learning experience. It was a great experience because it kind of allowed me to critique myself and record it. And if I didn't like it, I could do it over, and I could do it over and do it over again, and I didn't feel like, oh my God, I'm wasting other people's time. For me, it was an upside to it all because I learned so much from filming at home. And then especially with the rehearsals, it was able for me to bring out a whole nother side of me that I was afraid to bring out in front of other people. And now that I had that experience of kind of just learning about my flaws, what I'm good at and what I'm bad at, and I was able to work on that on my own, it truly was something I appreciated. The downsides, I guess, would be that at times I did wish I had somebody there to kind of play off of, you know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, say this line. I didn't really have that. I had to use my own. So that was probably the only downside, but I truly was able to find who I was in this process as an actor.
Yeah, that's great because it's like you're saying, you were able to, rediscover parts of yourself. You were able to find some strengths, some weaknesses. And I do too. I can relate as far as the being a little shy on set. There's just so many people, and I'm always wondering if I'm doing this right or that right, or if this person is better than me. It kind of allowed you to really focus on self and highlight and work on the things that you need to work on, and give yourself props for the jobs well done. So I definitely can relate to you on that. So we were talking about your character, and now we're going to go into favorite characters. So your character is spicy, she's saucy. Other than yourself, who is your favorite character and why?
Oh, that's a good question. And that's a hard question because I feel like everybody did so good. Everybody was so great. Everyone gave, a part of them. I don't know. Probably Nurse Nidra. I don't like to pick favorites because I feel like everyone is just amazing. Nurse Nidra is the first person that came to the top of my head. I don't know. I just think that it was just the energy that's given behind the character. I love the energy behind the character. So, I can't say because everyone's great. That's a tricky question.
That was a tricky question. That was one of the hardest questions I've been asking all this week and all last week. There's so much talent, so much diversity, such an amazing cast. How could you possibly name one favorite, right?
That's not fair to ask. I feel like that's a setup because everyone is great.
Everyone is great. Now, if I heard correctly, not only because I think I heard your beautiful voice somewhere in this ensemble on the score. So not only are you an actress, you are a singer. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
And in addition to that, a pole fitness instructor as well.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay. Absolutely. Because I was looking at Justice's arms and I'm like, Justice is built. And I'm like, what? Because, I was like,
Justice works out apparently outside of Corona Blues. So
yes. So if you want to tell us about your endeavors as a singer, as a songwriter, I would love to hear because Little Birdie told me that you're on the score or on the soundtrack of Sea Blues in addition to playing one of the lead roles. Is that correct?
Yes. Wow. So yes, I was asked to perform a song for season 1, and I was like, yeah, for sure. I'll do it. And so I guess, I'm on the soundtrack, and I thought it was an amazing opportunity to jump on. I love to sing. I did write the song as well. Because I guess, Jeanette wanted to add this extra element, and I was like, yeah, that's amazing. I think that'll be great. So I do sing. I do songwrite, and I do that outside, of course, of acting. So I am a professional recording artist. I don't say it like that, but that's what I am. I'm actually currently working on 2 of my projects, what could possibly merge to be an album. So I've been really busy going back and forth to the studio, recording new music. I'm super excited for that. And as well as being a new business owner, I own my own pole fitness business. So I do that as well. And I train women on the pole. But it's all about the fitness side of it. So that's where those arms come from. That's what Justice be doing on the side. She be climbing up that pole. Yeah, I'm just continuing. I'm always working. I'm always doing something, and trying to make my dreams come true. And that's music, that's acting, that's dancing. I mean, I do so much.
Amazing, because I was thinking like, wait, she's a triple threat, and then I counted. And I said, well, no, she's actually a quadruple threat, because you also write your own music. So you singer, songwriter, actress, pole fitness instructor, or dancer. I don't know if you do both, but that's like quadruple threat.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. And I do dance. So as a pole fitness instructor, I do have to know how to dance. So I do dance. Yes, I write songs. I write my own music. I write my own songs. So yeah, I'll take quadruple threat. I mean, that's a huge compliment. I'm just grateful that I have all these many talents that I can share with everybody.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. So we're getting ready. I think tomorrow, June 10th, is the premiere for season 2. We've been talking about what we think the audience will take away from it. What's the underlying thing? What's the heartbeat, in your opinion, of season 2, without giving away the season? But what do you think, the audience is going to take away? Can you give us an idea of what the message is, what the heartbeat or the pulse of that season is, and what it would be to our audience?
I think it would be healing. Would be really the main thing is healing. Corona, this virus took a lot from a lot of people.
Yes.
And it changed a lot of people's lives. Some mostly for the worse, and some got some good out of it, being able to stay home and focus on themselves. But a lot of people lost a lot in the process, a lot. So I really think the main thing that people will take out of this is the importance of healing. I feel like us as a people, we don't take care of ourselves mentally. And there's a very strong need for that, especially right now with what this country went through, and what as a people what we went through, and what we seen, what we witnessed, what we had to wearing masks for months and months. It's a lot. It was a lot that went on, and just losing loved ones, like truly losing people to this virus. And I think we really need to heal, and also and forgive ourselves for what we went through as well. I feel like a lot of us put some we so hard on ourselves.
Yes.
And we kind of forgive ourselves and allow ourselves to heal during this whole process. So I'm hoping that's the main thing people get out of this. There's a lot in this season, love, laughter, hurt, pain, but ultimately we need to heal, for sure.
Absolutely. And and I was going to ask you a question in regards to that. We're talking about the pandemic, and how what our the audience will get, what the message is. But during the pandemic, were there any healing moments for you? What can you say? Can you name something positive that came out of the pandemic? Did you pick up start acting again? Did you begin to be easier on yourself? Is there anything that you can share with us that was positive, you know, while you were in that pandemic? Did you have time to self-reflect and re-strategize? What are some of the changes that you've made, you know, during the pandemic?
Yes. The first thing that came to my mind that makes me smile is that I got married during the pandemic. Um, I I finally allowed myself to be loved by somebody who only just wants to love me unconditionally. Um, I finally sat back. The pandemic allowed me to sit back and realize where my position was in people's lives and where I really, where I really stand with people. And it took me a minute to realize, how much I pushed away the people who really love me away because of all the traumatic experiences I've been through. That's why I can relate to them so much. And, I think the most positive thing I got out of it was that I finally allowed myself to be loved the way I deserve to be loved. Once I realized, where I stood in this life, in this life right now, and how short life is. I feel like everyone just allow themselves to be loved. We push away so many people that just want to love. That was my problem.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a beautiful thing I got out of it. I still can't believe I got married during a pandemic. I always pictured a big wedding.
Oh
I
my
said
God,
my big
congratulations.
wedding. Thank you. I always pictured a semi big wedding, but I couldn't ask for anything better. Ask for a better partner. So I'm thankful for that.
That is amazing. And I heard you say that you know, allowed yourself to be loved. And with that comes such vulnerability.
Yeah.
So was that, I was like, vulnerability, was that scary for you? I didn't want to say scary, but I couldn't think of another word
No,
to
that's
describe being vulnerable.
terrifying. It is an absolutely terrifying feeling to let go, to bring down the wall and say, I'm going to let you come in and love me. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
it's such a hard process it's something, it's especially if you like deserve it. It's hard to be vulnerable and say, you know what, I'm going to let you do this. I'm going to let you come in and change my life completely. You know what I'm saying? And some people are so afraid of that, like, nope, stay away. I'm good over there. And that's kind of how I was. I was so afraid of commitment. I was so afraid of crossing that line and saying, okay, I'm going to do this full heartedly. I'm going to let you in. So yes, it's a scary feeling because you never know. People change every all day, but that's just, I guess, the beautiful thing about love. It's who you're willing to sacrifice for. You're willing to sacrifice all of that for. And I think I found my person. So wish me luck through these
Of
next
course.
eternal.
Absolutely. And I've listened to you speak. I think you might want to add author to your title. Perhaps you'll write a book in the future. Is that something you ever thought about doing?
Yeah, I'm actually in the process of writing a book.
Sorry.
I am. I'm in the process of writing a book right now. Actually, I'm hoping it'll be done and published by the end of the year. It's not about love, but it's a form of love.
Okay.
But it's not that general. But it is a form of love of loving oneself and loving one's hair. So I will be. Um, I am writing a book. That's crazy.
Did you say loving oneself and one's hair?
Yes. So
yeah, that's
my book
right
is
up my alley.
yeah.
I just committed to the lock journey April of 2020. So I'm 1 year lock. My lock anniversary was April 21, and I'm still learning. They're still kind of not all the way locked, and learning how to love myself. And that was the one thing I took away during this pandemic. When I was in the pandemic, I wanted to show up authentically as Shayna. And I didn't know what that meant, but I knew it meant stripping away a few things.
Yes.
And I just made a commitment to have a relationship with my hair, because I was always covering it up with weaves and faux locks and braids that I would not even deal with my natural hair and its natural texture no more than 24 hours until it was time for the next do.
Right.
And I sat with myself and reintroduce myself to my hair, and it has been a challenge because I don't understand what it wants, what it don't want, what it likes, what it doesn't like. It's still a process for me. So I'm really excited to see, what your to read your book and to hear you speak more about it, because I am just now embracing, myself in, I guess we would say, my natural form, and it has its ups and downs. It's been a challenge, but it's been fun at the same time. So I'm really, really excited to hear, what you have to say, and that is just amazing. So you get to add author, to your bio, and that's absolutely fantastic. So I think you already told us, what you have coming up next, but if there's anything else you want to share with us before you go, you're more than welcome to.
I just follow me on all platforms. Keep up with me.
Okay.
I love to network with other people, especially
Absolutely.
As a businesswoman, I definitely want to network. I want to share my love with other people, my love with music, my love with pole fitness, my love with dance. And I want to just survey other Black women.
Yes.
My book, because I need that. To finish my book, I have to talk to other Black women and how their natural hair journey is going. So I would love to network with you and get your, what you loved about it, what's going on with your hair. I would love if you can take my survey, actually, because I need that.
Yes. Whatever I can do. Whatever I can do to be an assistant, to be of assistance, no questions asked. I am so happy to have you with you today, ladies and gentlemen. Please follow Jade Massentoff on Instagram at Jade Massentoff and at Massentoff Flex on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Looking forward to being in communication with you soon, Jade.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
Likewise, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, another amazing interview. That was Jade Massentoff, ladies and gentlemen. She's an actor, she's a singer, she's a dancer. That was just a phenomenal interview. I was so excited to interview her today. Coming up next, we do have another actress in the house. Miss Devona Dean is in the building. Hi, Devona.
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you a little bit. I'm going to scoop up just a little. Okay. And I probably, let me see. Can you say something so I can see if I can hear you better?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. I'm so excited to have you here. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. And I always ask, where in the world are you? I'm here in Dallas. Where are you?
I'm in Houston.
Houston. Hey, H-Town is in the building. That's what's up. So we're here. We're talking about Sea Blues. I've been interviewing the cast and crew. Can you tell our audience your character's name and a little bit about your character?
I play Nurse Marla. Marla, she's a little bit quirky. She goes by the book, but then she's a little bit of a rule breaker, and you'll see that between season 1 and season 2.
Okay.
About her coin, and all of that, and I think she's a hard worker, and she's really serious about her job. She loves her job.
Hard worker and serious about her job. So when you were, getting the personality, for your character, where did you draw your inspiration from? Does she have parts of Devona in there? Is it auntie? Is it mom? Who do you pull from, for inspiration when you were developing her personality?
Definitely from my aunt, because she was a nurse. Mm-hmm. But there is a lot of Devona in there, the quirkiness, the silliness when her and Nurse Cassie gets together. So a little bit between the both of us. But I mainly pull from my aunt because I watched her, as she's retired now, but as throughout her career, I watched her. So it was easy for me to kind of step in, and she also told me things when I told her I was going to do this. So she helped me a lot.
Wow, that's really good. And it's always good that you have somebody close to you that you're able to draw from. So you had your aunt and she helped develop that character. I know she must be proud, or does she know that you took some of her sassiness or quirkiness and developed this character?
Yeah, she watched season 1.
Oh my God. That's
and she's
exciting.
asking, when is the next one's coming out? So she'll be watching.
She's ready for more. So, like also, we've been talking about filming virtually. Everyone's been filming from home during this pandemic. Do you want to share with us some of the pros and cons, or some of the good things that you learned from, filming at home virtually, and some of the downsides? Just share with us what that process was like.
The good learning how to do it and pushing myself. And this, it taught me about me.
It taught you about you, and that you're capable of doing a lot of things that you probably didn't think you could do. So that's like me. I'm not that tech savvy. I mean, I can do what I need to do, but when it comes to angles and lighting, it takes me like a whole hour to get that right. So was that something that you learned to master?
I think so. I got a little bit more, because the downside would be this green screen. It has really tested me. I got on Miss Jeanette's nerve, but that was the downside. And then also not being with everybody. I'm a people person, so I will be happy when we can get together.
Yes, we're all people. That's the common denominator we all have. But I must say that even though you guys were all across the globe, thousands and thousands of miles away, there was an organic chemistry. I consistently, every scene meshed together and everybody just meshed organically. It was just an amazing thing to see that everybody was in their own home, but everything had a flow and everybody had this chemistry. I found that to be absolutely fascinating. I couldn't believe, what I was seeing. So, we talked a little bit about your character and how amazing she is. Without naming yourself or your character, who's your favorite character and why?
Oh man, everybody brought it. But if I wanted to say just one person, I would say her character was Miss Lucretia. She has this magic that I want, and hopefully one day she'll teach me.
Yeah, it is. It's so hard to, name a favorite character, because it's so much amazing and diverse talent. So I'm just really, I couldn't do it. So I'm glad nobody asked me the question, because I really couldn't.
I related to a lot of all of the characters. Was some you can take away something about yourself and all of the characters, or somebody that you know.
And somebody very closely, that's a great point, because the whole series is so relatable. There were so many circumstances and people, like, oh, that remind me of Uncle Ray Ray. Oh, that remind me of my mama. Ooh, that remind me of my little sister. Such a relatable cast, such a relatable storyline. And like you said, it's something for everyone, from, my 15-year-old daughter to my 63-year-old mom. There's something here in Sea Blues for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So, in addition to you acting, you're also a model and entrepreneur. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background and your career? How long have you been acting? And tell us about your entrepreneur endeavors as well.
I've been acting since December of 19. I started out with a family short film.
Yes.
And it's been going from there. And I met Miss Jeanette and was grateful for that. And I just been bitten by the bug, so I don't want to stop. I've been modeling for about 2 or 3 years. I really like that as well. And my entrepreneurship, I have a lash line that I have started, and I'm working and building on, and it's called Lash by Lachey. So I've been working on that for the past year.
Wow. So another triple threat. I'm so blown back by all of the cast and the crew. Everyone has so many different gifts and talents that God has blessed them with. So not only you're an actor, you're a model, you're an entrepreneur, and you're just living life and doing the things that you love. I find that to be absolutely amazing. So before our season premiere of season 2, I think it's tomorrow, June 10th. Someone can put that in the chat. I hope that I'm right. What do you think the underlying message is going to be to the audience? What the theme, what's the heartbeat of the season? What do you think that the audience is going to take away? You know, is it love, unity? Do we need to continue to have faith? What do you think the audience is going to take away from season 2?
Definitely emotions, because it's going to be all over the place, because each character has something going on that you can relate to, or someone that you know have related to. So they're going to be emotional. They're going to laugh. They're going to be upset with maybe one or two characters. You know, just about everything. You're going to see yourself in it.
Yeah. So it's laughing, emotions, just full of
happiness, sadness, whatever you want.
Yeah. Wow.
Or whatever you can relate to.
Yeah. So what's next for you? What does Devona have going on? So you're done right now with filming your season 2. I don't know if you guys are in season 3 yet. What do you have going on? What's next for you?
Next for me, continue to work on my business, and I am stepping into the stage play realm. So definitely feeling that is something I've never done. So there's a little bit of nervousness there, but I know I can do it. So I'm just going to go ahead and just leap out and take that step out on faith and do it.
Absolutely. Yes. And I just got a note. Season premiere tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for Sea Blues. So I'm excited for that season premiere for season 2, or is it, well, the season premiere tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So that is absolutely amazing. And how can we contact you, Miss Devona?
On IG, my main page is at Dean Devona. My business page is lashed_by_Lachey.
Okay.
And the same on Facebook as well.
The same on Facebook as well. So ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Devona Dean in the building. Thank you so much for taking time to interview and hang out with me this evening. Please follow her on Instagram at Dean Devona. On Instagram, DeanDevona.
Yes.
Thank you so very much for hanging out here with me today. And please be sure to tune in tomorrow for the season premiere of Sea Blues.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. I am so excited. Another just dynamic day of interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Devona Dean, who joined me today. She's an actress. She's a model and entrepreneur. Thank you so much, Devona, for hanging out with me this evening. So coming up next, we have Miss Kadie Lynn. Hi, Kadie.
Hi.
How are you this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. So my first question, where in the world are you? I'm here in Dallas. Where are you?
I'm about an hour east of Dallas. So
awesome. An hour east of Dallas. Was so great to have you here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna give a formal introduction to Miss Kadie Lynn before we get started today. She is an American country singer and songwriter who rose to national fame after reaching the semifinals on America's Got Talent. So please, again, allow me to introduce Miss Kadie Lynn.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad.
You're welcome. So we're talking about Sea Blues today and want to know your role, and can you tell us about your character?
I can't say much.
Okay.
I say that my character's name is Edwina. I play a very interesting part. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to spoil anything, but you'll be seeing me soon. You'll be like, oh my God. So That's all.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I cannot wait to see who this Miss Edwina character is and what she is about. This is going to be absolutely amazing. So I know, you can't really give too much away about your character, but can you tell us what was it like filming virtually?
It's definitely weird. I've known Jeanette Greenwood for many. So I've been involved. I was involved with Don't Bully Me, and then we did Fire and Desire. I've been involved with a few of her amazing rights, but it's definitely different. I had the struggle of being like, okay, what's the perfect place? Because you have a whole set normally, and it's just like, okay, we're at home. Where should I film this? But that's probably the biggest difficulty of all. It's kind of weird. It's kind of been easier too than being on set for sure. Because I mean, all you gotta know is your lines, and you just say them, and then you're done. And then they kind of put you where you want to. I think it's really cool with what we're doing and everything. I think Jeanette's a freaking genius. But
absolutely,
yeah, this is a genius idea. I'm very honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, it was one of the most, when she explained the concept, I said, y'all did what? And y'all did what? And y'all did this? Wow.
Right.
You're a genius, because that's dope. That's dope. And then to see it come together and like
right.
interview after interview, how there was this organic chemistry. The scenes just, flowed into another. Yeah. I'm just blown away.
I know. I was kind of worried about that at first. Just like, I wonder how everything's going to flow. And like, I wonder how, like, if it's going to be weird or awkward or anything like that. But it's just like we're on set just by yourself.
Yeah. Dynamic. Like you said, Jeanette's a genius. You guys are amazing. Organic chemistry, great cast, great crew. So, you made it through filming virtually. You said it had its ups, it had its downs. I get that. And now, and we're talking about characters, so we're not going to, talk too much about Edwina. And other than yourself, who's your favorite character? Do you have a favorite character? If so, why? Can you tell us who your favorite character is?
Well, I mean, I love my character, and I love how Jeanette's wrote me in. Oh my God. She came at me with the idea, like, hey, do you want to play this character? I was like, heck yeah, I want to play this character. Anyway, I love Dr. Moore. For sure. I think she's a cool character. You'll figure out why I like her. But I'm very excited. And yeah. I'm so thankful to be a part of all of this.
Yeah, this is just all exciting. I'm excited to be here and to be interviewing you, getting the scoop, getting the inside track on everything as it relates to Sea Blues. It's just been a phenomenal experience. So, what do you think? So tomorrow is the season premiere.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've been asking, what the underlying theme, what do you think the audience is going to take away? What's the heartbeat? What's the pulse of the season? What do you think that we'll take away from that season?
There's definitely a lot of shocks, for sure. I mean, well, with my character, the truth will always set you free. Always. And so that's what y'all are gonna kind of get from my character and some other characters. So on my side of things. So.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited. So you're acting, you have your music and everything. What's next for you? What do you have going on that you can share with us? I know some things you may not be able to, but what's next for Kadie Lynn?
Well, we just went to Nashville a couple weeks ago. We have an EP, 3 songs that are almost done. We're going to be releasing very soon. I'm so excited about. And since the 2 weeks we've been back, I did a collaboration with a friend of mine, and I'm also having a song released that he and I wrote together. So I'm very excited about that as well. You know, just we're trying to get stuff out there. I've been doing shows and stuff for so many years now, and I was kind of sat back and I was like, no one can listen to me on any platform but YouTube. I was like, I need to start releasing stuff. So that's what we're kind of in the works doing right now.
So, what was it like navigating through the pandemic? Were there any? I mean, I know that it slowed down everyone, but
it was rough.
It was tough. Yeah,
it was rough on every musician I know. Because I mean, especially my friends that I have in Nashville, that you know, we're fortunate here in the music scene is a lot better than it is in Nashville. Not overpopulated musicians like there is in Nashville. I have a lot of friends in Nashville that just like weren't making any money at all. And you know, these people that go up to live in Nashville, that's what they're doing for a living. That's why they go there, right? And I know here I had a lot of gigs canceled and a lot of things that I was very excited about canceled. But you know, I'm excited to get back in the swing of things. We're finally getting back in the swing of things. Since Texas is opening up a little bit, you know, we're being safe and doing a lot of outside cool summer stuff, a lot of festivals and all that. So I'm excited to get back doing that.
Texas is slowly opening back up and strategizing with more outdoor events, and I can't wait to hear, or I'll be sure to follow you on Instagram to see when you're going to be performing. And oh, we have a visitor.
Say hi.
Oh, hello. Who's still
This
in the spotlight? What's her name? What's his name?
His name's Ozzy.
Hi, Ozzy. Him so cute. He is absolutely adorable. So I mean, that's great. So you got a lot of things coming up, waiting for, the world to slowly open back up. And, one of my questions I've been asking, throughout the night as it relates to the pandemic, some of us during that time had a lot of time to ourselves to reconnect with ourselves. And, we may pick up a passion for something we kind of put away or put to the side. Can you think of anything positive that you want to share that came out of this pandemic for you? Whether you found a long lost friend and reconnected with them, you got closer to your family. Is there anything that you can think of that, that was positive situation for you during the pandemic?
Well, it was especially at the beginning, it was very devastating, but once you get past the devastation part of it all, I was actually kind of happy because I mean we had show after show after show, and I'd been slacking so much in my writing because I hadn't had any time. So that's what I've been doing the most of is writing during this pandemic, and that I'm so grateful for because I mean we were just doing so many shows, so much studio time, so much band practice, I got a break to sit down and finally develop really, because I mean I've never had this much time on my hands. I've been playing and singing and all that kind of stuff since I was little, so I've always had shows and stuff, and I've really never had this amount of time, and I feel like I've gotten to figure out my sound, and like instead of just like my inspirations, I've kind of found me through all of this. So
that you kind of got a breath of fresh air. You were able to write and write authentic to who you are and what message you want to send out. That's absolutely amazing, and I'm sure that's invaluable. I can't wait to hear the EP when it drops. This is just absolutely amazing. So wow, I'm just blown away. You already told us what you have going on. Now I was going to ask you where we can find you on social media, but we do have that here. Looks like we have your Instagram at Kadie Lynn Official.
Yes. You got my name on Google and it should send you to wherever you want to go. So.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. I am so excited to see your character Edwina NC Blues, and I just want to thank you so much for spending time with me today and getting through this interview. Another amazing interview. Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to follow Kadie Lynn on Instagram at Kadie Lynn Official. So is there, before we go, anything else that you want to share with us? If not, I guess I'll keep going. I was looking to see if my next guest was here, but the show must go on.
Well, if you need somebody to talk, I'll always talk.
Okay, I sure do, if you don't mind hanging out here with me today. So let me ask you this. What's the last song you listened to? Pick up your phone and tell me the last song you played.
I can already tell you it was on the way home earlier. I mean, I would name it. Y'all won't know what it is unless y'all just want to look it up. Believe it or not, I am a heavy metal addict. So, yeah. I was listening to some Whitechapel earlier. So, yeah. I can't hear you for some reason all of a sudden.
Okay. Oh, I think my mic was muted. We have some pop-in sounds or some feedback, so tech is muting my mic. And I listen to everything, so I'm excited to just hang out and be with you today. And I just thank you for hanging out with me today. My next guest is in the building, so thank you so much. So I hope you have a good night. I cannot wait to speak with you again soon. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kadie Lynn. Please follow her on Instagram at Kadie Lynn Official. Thank you, Kadie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go on to our next interview. What an amazing night it's been thus far. We have Miss Talisa Parker Penny in the building, and she's from our writer's room. Talisa Parker Penny is in the building.
Hey, Shayna.
Hi, good evening, Talisa. Thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
Right now, I'm great. Earlier, girl, my sinuses was messed up. I thought I was near the upper room, but I'm back.
No.
I'm back.
We definitely cannot have that. So I'm excited to interview you today. So not only are you an actress, you are also one of the writers. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can. And I do have a bio. I just want to read a little bit about here. So, Talisa, you are a resident of Baton Rouge, Louisiana?
Yes,
absolutely.
That's correct.
Amazing. And not only are you actress and a writer, you also have background in directing, and you've been acting and writing since childhood. Is that right?
That's correct.
Stage
Ever
plays
since
and television.
Yeah, a little bit of it all. I've actually been blessed to be a little bit of everything.
That's absolutely amazing. So let's see how we're going to do this. So writer, actress, you tell us the role you play, and then tell us about your writing process as well.
Okay. Well, the role that I had the opportunity to play was my character that I've been probably since I was about 4 or 5 years old. The character's name is Gertie. She's about 75-ish. God-fearing woman, but will read you your rights all in the same sentence. So, in elementary school, I was always the one that kept the peace and, made everybody play with everybody. And somebody fell, I was trying to give them a Band-Aid. It's just that oldness actually is my mom. That's really who Gertie is, a little pinch of her. And, because she's comical as all out get out. So a lot of people tell me, girl, you sound just like your mom. And I'm like, you know what? She's Gertie. That's who that is in there.
Yeah. So you already knew the next question. Where did you draw the inspiration from? Mama Gertie is mom. Wow, 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 wow. That is absolutely amazing that you were able to create such a dynamic character from someone that is very near and dear to you. That is amazing. Amazing.
Never knew.
We've been talking about chemistry, and I think that, you know, Mama Gertie, and is it Miss Hattie? Who you go against?
Yeah. Yes.
The chemistry, the comedic timing. How do y'all do it? Like, are y'all best friends? You know what I'm saying? Off
You know what's funny?
Absolutely amazing.
What is too funny about that, Shayna? I feel like I've been knowing her all my life, but I actually met Anitra a couple years back when she and I co-wrote Dr. Pullum's first stage play called Breaking the Chains. We actually wrote it, and then we were actually the old ladies on the porch that kind of narrated things from the side, and then, you know, the scene would happen on stage. So that's when she and I connected. But I mean, it's like we've been knowing each other for 40 years.
Phenomenal. It's absolutely amazing. It's organic, it's relatable, it's real. The chemistry, the dialogue, absolutely outstanding. So we've been talking about this whole process of filming from home. Can you share with us, what was that like for you? Can you share some of the good things, some of the bad things? Just give us the scoop on what that process was like for you.
To be honest with you, I was wondering to myself, how is that going to work? But I got to the point where I didn't even care how it worked. I just knew that it was something that we had to do, because if most actors are like me, I don't like to just sit idle. So when the pandemic happened, you know, everybody was stuck at home. You couldn't really do anything. I mean, you couldn't even go to work. I mean, we were working from home. So I was like, oh no, I got to have something to exercise some of this crazy. Because see, when I'm at work in the office, we clown all the time. We get our work done, but we have fun the entire day. So to be home and it's just me, I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, okay. So when Jeanette shot the idea out there and they were like sending auditions, I said, that sounds interesting. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I'll try it out. And I have not regretted it. I have absolutely loved meeting everybody. You know, it even though we can't be in person, it was still like you could touch everybody, especially when we did the Zoom calls. It was so refreshing and just, you know, took the edge off of all the other negativity that was going on around with the pandemic.
How was it wearing both hats? So, you know, did you write? I see that you're a writer for Lyft and you're in the writer's room. Were you in the writer's room for this project?
I was, but it wasn't for every single episode.
Okay.
So, you know, it still gave me room to transfer back and zone in and be Gertie and then go back out and be myself and be a writer for the following episode. So it actually worked out pretty good.
That's amazing. Do you equally enjoy both acting and writing?
I do.
Wow.
I do. But I think I like writing even a little more because with writing, you know, it's so much that you can put into that. You can take something minute and make it huge and change it and make it big and colorful and, you know, cast the perfect person to play it and all that. I just like the idea of that. Love acting. Been doing that since first grade. But that writing, I didn't even know that I had that in me until a couple years back. I had to write something, you know. But I love it all. Well, I mean, if I'm helping somebody else with a project and I'm not even in the scene, I'm behind the scene, I'm absolutely fine with that. I just like the idea of being able to be a part.
Yeah, I totally agree. This just being in the midst of creativity, whether we're in front of the scenes, behind the scenes, interviewing, writing, just every aspect of it. So I'm glancing over at your resume. You have a theatrical background. Was it hard for you to make that transition from, I don't know, I'm assuming, I'm looking at it, that you started in theater first. Do you notice a difference? Do you think one is easier than the other? Or was it difficult to make that transition from the theater to the film?
Well, I find that stage play is a little easier because you can ad lib, you know, if you kind of forget something or, you know, somebody forgets to bring the coffee pot and set it on the table, you can always improvise. But most of the times when you're dealing with a movie and it's somebody else's project and they want it just like the book, you have to make sure that you're sharp and that you got your lines. You got to make sure you got all your props. You got to make sure that you're number one. Stage plays, they're fun because the audience doesn't know the script. So if something happens different, matter of fact, every single show that we've done, I guarantee you, is something different that happened that we did for that particular show. Versus a movie, it will be the same thing when you play it. It's going to be the same thing. So that's the difference between the two I like.
Yeah, I could see that. That makes a lot of sense. So, we talked a little bit about your character, and I know that this is the toughest question of the night because I know you've been watching. I've been asking this every night. We're talking about favorite characters and why. So, other than yourself, who's your favorite character and why?
Well, I would say Nurse Nidra.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say that because she's funny because she's mean all the time. And when I was a little girl, Miss Piggy was my most favorite character because she had an attitude. She didn't take no mess. And so when I see Nurse Nidra, it makes me laugh. Even before she starts talking, just her facial expression just makes me tickle. So her, and then of course Hattie Mae, because Hattie Mae is hilarious. And I mean, they're all great. But Hattie Mae and Nidra and oh gosh, what's his name? The guy's dad who got
Matthew.
What's his name? Matthew. Yeah, he makes me laugh too.
Yeah, y'all know y'all got that comedic timing, and he's now. Let me ask you this: he's the only one, as far as I know, with a comedic background. You are funny. You've never done comedy. Comedic timing is witty.
I do comedy like at my prior church that I was at. I used to do like I would have Gertie's announcements. She would do like the church announcements, and I did like a lot of skits and plays, and I was over the drama ministry for the youth. And then I started working from the youth to it got to the point where everybody wanted to do something. I used to have ministers doing stuff, and the church ladies and the first lady, and I had everybody doing something. If they wanted to be a part, y'all come on, I'll find something for you to do. I used to sit up, 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes rewriting stuff to add somebody in or take somebody out because they can't do it. It was, oh my God, it was crazy. But every single time God fixed it where he was in the midst, and it just turned out perfectly.
It shows. I said, there's no way. I know these ladies have to be comedians. You have to have, because your comedic timing is your funny bone. Everything is amazing and it's so in sync. I'm like, okay. And when I was reading bios, I kept looking like, I don't see where it says comedian. I don't see where it says comedian on none of these bios except for Matthew. So I had to ask you that. Like, I knew it. I knew it. I'm like, she has to be, because it's too good. It's too good. So, we're talking as we get ready for the premiere tomorrow at 7:00 Central Standard Time, the premiere of Sea Blues. We've been, asking our cast, what do you think the audience is going to take away, from this season? What's the heartbeat? What's the pulse? What's the underlining message you think, the audience will take away from season 2?
Well, I think that they'll be able to laugh, cry, and just know that tomorrow it gets better. Yeah. Like I say, with the pandemic, a lot of people lost people. Yes. Some people didn't lose a loved one, but they may have lost their job, and then that caused an issue. But things are getting better, and everybody's trying to get back to some form of normalcy. So, just trust God. Be in the moment if you have to, but I mean, don't be afraid to trust him and move forward either, because most of the time, what he got for you in the after all the crazy is going to be better anyway. So just keep on going to the better.
Amen to that. Absolutely. So what's next, Miss Talisa Parker Penny? Can you share with us what you have going on? What's coming up next for you? We want to know.
Well, I actually had the opportunity to be a character. Actually, my character in this film is a little younger version than Miss Gertie, but still the same kind of motherly figure, trying to rear my kids in the right direction, keep them in the Lord. You know, even though they act crazy, they still got to come back to the Lord. So I'm excited about that. I'm not quite sure when that's going to come out. But we actually filmed it on New Year's Eve. Oh, and yeah, we were like literally on set for New Year's, like counting down the new year. Wow. I'm like, I never did that before. I'm normally at the church house. Yes. But I'm like, okay, Lord, all right, I'm gonna go ahead on.
Well, I can't wait.
I enjoyed it. I did. Everybody that I met, I mean, we all, became friends. We're, cool we're on Facebook with each other and Instagram and all that. And, it was a different experience, but it was a great one. Everybody, I really enjoyed myself. So I'm just waiting to see when it comes out.
Well, that's exciting. Please keep us posted. We'll love to support you in any way we can. And be sure to follow Miss Talisa Parker Penny on Instagram, and that's at. I'm waiting for it to come across. Okay, at Lisa.Penny on Instagram, right? And we have two. Actually, it's Miss Penny does plenty. Is that right? All right. Be sure to follow Miss Talisa on Instagram. Talisa, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Had such an amazing time interviewing you. Looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Yes, ditto. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another amazing interview. And that was Miss Talisa Parker Penny. She's an actress and a writer for Lyft, and she's in the writer's room. So thank you so much, Talisa, for spending time with me today. So no further ado, we do have one more interview of the evening, and it's going to be with Miss Lucretia Johnson. Lucretia is an actress and also a writer with Ladies in Film and Television. Let's welcome Lucretia Johnson.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, good evening, Miss Lucretia Johnson. How are you?
I'm well. I'm blessed. Thank you. And how are you this evening?
I'm well this evening. Thank you so much for asking me. I always open up with, where are you in the world? I'm in Dallas, Texas. And where are you?
I am in Dallas, Texas as well. I'm in the Cedar Hill area.
Wonderful. So it's good to have you here with us today. So, I'm just glancing over everything here. So you're an actress, and your resume is absolutely spectacular, pages and pages long of amazing productions and your list of talent. So with Sea Blues, you're an actress, and I want you to tell us the role you play, but you're also one of the writers from the writer's room. So we're going to, I guess, start off with your role. And can you tell us who you played and a little bit about your character, please?
Yes, I am Dr. Margot LeBlanc. Well, I'm Lucretia Johnson, and I play Dr. Margot LeBlanc. And I've been with Sea Blues, Corona Blues at first in season 1, and now Sea Blues in season 2. So I've been there since the beginning. In season 1, I was a retired family. I was retired and just a homemaker, retired doctor, and things happened in my life, and now I'm back at work in season 2. And I am a doctor who cares and who has this stable mind, because I've been through so much. I understand the patients that are suffering, because my family in season 1 did have an illness, did catch corona, and so we had to live through that. And so as the doctor now, I'm passionate for the patient as well as my staff and keeping them safe. And so, but I guess I'm the stable person in the film that tries to keep everything in order.
Yeah.
I guess that's like my real life.
I was, I was just going to ask you that. How much of Lucretia, is in Dr. LeBlanc? Where are you drawing your inspiration from for this dynamic character?
Well, it's amazing because she is a lot like me. In season one, I was in control of my family and not and just to just and keep everybody calm. And Dr. LeBlanc is that way. She is the person who keeps a sound mind and does her best to keep everyone, like I said, just calm and keep the story flowing.
Yeah.
Sensible character.
Yeah, and she does that. She's like the anchor,
Yeah.
the rock of that. You set the tone. Absolutely amazing. So we've been talking about the pandemic. We've been talking about filming from home. Can you share with us what that experience was like for you? Some of the highs and lows from virtually filming.
Well, I tell you, it has truly been a journey, and it's amazing on the task. And to be honest, it has helped me with my self tapes and auditions that I do. But it has been challenging in the fact that I've been working a lot alone in doing so and having to get used to doing that. My husband probably was thinking I was crazy at some point when I was doing my filming. But the blessing was that we were able to use our homes as our background and to see the creativity that each character brought in to into the role was pretty amazing. And then me myself, I tried to challenge myself each episode when I'm falling. How do I make that work when I'm filming by myself? How to work the camera and so I learned some pretty unique tricks to help to help Margot come to life.
I think it's amazing how you all were able to learning your best angles, learning a little bit about lighting, learning a little bit about audio. I think, many of us who've been filming and working from home, we learned and we now appreciate those aspects, the boom operator, the lighting, the lighting person. When we get back on set, it's like, whoo, thank you.
Yes, Lord.
I don't want none of this. I don't want no smoke. I don't want to do none of your job. I appreciate you.
Yes.
So that's amazing. It we learn something new, but we also appreciate the people who actually fulfill those roles, on a real set.
Yes, it does. It really, really does make a difference. Anytime you can step into somebody else's shoes, I feel like you learn a great appreciation for them. You should anyway, I would think. So yes, most definitely.
Absolutely. So, we talked a little bit about your character, right? She's the anchor, she's the rock, she's level-headed, and she's actually dynamic. So other than yourself, who is your favorite character and why?
Oh, wow. It is, like Talisa said earlier, there are so many, but I'm going to tell you, my sister, Tanya, is just off the chain. Karen is played by Karen Colby, and she's my sister in here, and she is just crazy. And I love her. I love her creativity as she films, and then just her character itself. She's just awesome. And then the two mothers of it, Hattie and Gertie, they just keep me rolling. And so it's just a lot of awesome talent here. And my poor Dr. Monique Swanson, she's so dramatic, but I love her to death. But I love her character, and she does it so well. And then I'm naming all my guys. I mean, all my women, but my guys are just there too because Quigley. Oh my God! When you hear him cry, oh, it's just it's amazing.
It's just amazing. I'm still
this whole series because it just gives everybody this opportunity, and it's just so much talent there. It's just hard to say that they are this, it's just too hard to choose one. I mean, I would feel like they're all just amazing.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. It's so difficult. It's so much talent. It's so much diversity, and and then there's so many layers to each character, and I just can't wait to just dig in more and see more as you guys continue to build those layers of these characters. It's just been amazing, to watch. And now that we're gearing towards the premiere tomorrow, I'm so
Oh,
excited.
wow.
7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The premiere
All
of
right.
Sea Blues is tomorrow. What do you
Yes.
think the audience is going to take away, from season 2? What's the heartbeat? What's the pulse? What's the underlying theme for this season?
I feel like the audience will take away that, although challenged as this has been and still is, there is light, there is a tomorrow, and because this has really been a really serious situation going on, and it has affected people in so many different ways, and I also feel it'll tell people that it's okay to grieve, you know, um, and we grieve in all different types of ways. It's not just death, like your earlier loss of a job, just all of that, and I hope it brings some a little laughter in there as well, because with everything that has been going on in this world, we need to laugh. And I know it's some great comedic scenes in here that will relate to people, and they'll say, "I saw it. My aunt does this," and that's the beauty of Sea Blues. It is truly, truly relatable.
It is. It's relatable across the board.
Yes.
All demographics,
Mm-hmm.
young,
And
old, black,
diversity.
white. It's so much diversity. So many relatable stories, from my mother to my grandmother to my children. There's something here, for everyone, and that's the absolute truth. So I'm glancing over, at your resume. You've had an outstanding career in television, film, and theater. I just want to know what's next for Miss Lucretia. What do you have coming up that you can share with us?
Oh, it's just amazing, and I'm so thankful. I thank God. I am currently filming. I am my first lead in a feature film. It's called Recession Proof, and we are filming here in Dallas and in New York. Directed by Arthur Muhammad, writer and producer Kadie Karim, and so great cast, and it's a great. I call it a dramedy, because it's a drama, comedy and drama, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm also working. Actually, I've recently been cast in a series filming out of Atlanta called Black Love Future AD. I'm truly excited about, and I will be filming a short film also very soon. Actually, next week, we begin filming A Child Like Me, a story that really, really needs to be told. And Sincere James is the writer, and I am truly excited to be cast in that production.
Wow, absolutely amazing. So busy, busy, busy for Miss Lucretia
Yes,
Johnson.
yes.
So
To God be all glory.
in addition to you being an actress here on Sea Blues, I am reading that you were also part of the writer's room. Did you write for this project as well? And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Actually, this was my first time writing, and I wrote episode 6 of season 2, and I helped with the finale. And I was truly excited. Jeanette told me, she said, just get in there and write, and I just do it. And then she was absolutely right. Once I got the flow, it's like it just started flowing, and it came out. And I'm still nervous about it, but it's all right. I enjoyed it, and I hope everyone enjoys the storyline in episode 6. I mean, I know they're going to enjoy all of it because it's good.
Yes, yes, and yes. What a pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening, Miss Lucretia Johnson. It's just, I cannot wait to hear more, to see more. I be sure to follow you on Instagram, and everyone else needs to do the same thing, and that's actress Lucretia65 on Instagram. So be sure to check her out. Thank you so much for
And
spending
thank you
time
so
with
much.
me.
Thank you.
Likewise. Thank you. Be sure to follow Miss Lucretia Johnson on Instagram at actress Lucre65. Thank you so much for joining me, Lucretia. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me again for another amazing night with the cast and crew of Sea Blues. For Ladies in Film and Television, I'm Shayna Stone. Thanks for watching.